Hey everybody, personal channel stream. Time to get back on that road. Back on that road. Let's do this thing. No messing around. Streaming to you live from my YouTube channel, and you might be watching the video recording momentarily. If so, that's pretty cool. If you're not watching this live, then you know. You missed the live show. If you're watching this video, it's too late. You already know. It's a video. It's not live. Does that matter? No. No, it doesn't. Because the goal is to get back above 2,500 before this video is over for sure. Nice little refreshing beverage. Refreshing summer beverage. Iced tea. Yeah. Seems a little dangerous. King to d7, actually. I don't know why I missed that. That was lucky for me that he didn't go for it. Now I feel even more confident that this could be a good matchup. If he's going to miss tactics like that, he might be having an off day. You got to get it. You got to get lucky sometimes and play your opponents when they're having an off day. Let's see what's going on. 4 members in the chat room. I can't see their chat because I'm playing the game. That is by design, of course. We don't want people seeing what people have to say about their game. But once it's over, we'll see what they have to say. He could have knight c4 check, but I'm just going to play king to c1, and then he has to move the knight because its bishop is no longer pinned. So fine, he does it, but we're actually happy with that. Oh, interesting. He wants to take a draw. I didn't anticipate that. Huh. That's kind of irritating, actually. I don't like that. I don't really want to trade, but I think I'm going to. Up a pawn, but my structure leaves something to be desired, that's for sure. Still think I'm better winning this endgame? I don't know. I don't know anymore. That's the honest truth. But I think I'm better. Should be careful here, huh? Let's go back. Threaten rook a5 check. If c5 check takes, rook a5 check, king d6, rook b1. If c5, I have rook b5. If rook over and he just plays c5, ooh, that actually works out fine because then I have c3. I initially didn't think of this move as my top candidate move, mainly because I thought he would play c5 here, protect the b pawn and lock out my chances of counterplay. But now I realize if he plays c5, we get c3. So yeah. Is there something we're missing about this? I don't think so. We're going to play c3, and we should be winning in this endgame. I think I played this guy on mobile the other day, and I lost. So hopefully I can get some revenge here. I can also take. I can take and then play rook a5 check, king to d6, and then rook d5 check, and king e6, and then c5. That actually looks like the most accurate approach. He just gives up the pawn to avoid that. Okay. But I'm not particularly worried. Guard my bishop with the rook. Threaten to play c5. Yep, just go for it. Still no threats. He'd like to play king to c2. because then he'd have 3 attackers on d3, but you can't play king to c2. And that loses a piece. Let's do this. Let's rematch it. Let's get the brawl on. It's a blitz brawl. Happy with that transition. Normally, this structure can be pretty dangerous because, you know, when he has his chain with the pawn on e5 and there's no knight on f6, they can sort of inch their pieces slowly toward the king side, and the closed nature really helps them. But in this situation where I'm getting everything I want immediately, which is the weak c pawn, the knight coming to c4, even with me just giving the pawn back, I'm actually still happy with my position. I like the f file being open. I like the c4 square from my knight. I like the fact that his... Interesting. Still like this. He can back up, but okay. Let's go after the c pawn. Huh. We got to get to 2,500 before this video's over. We got to do it. I'd almost love to find a way to, like, sack the exchange. Just going to bring the queen slowly to c5 and maybe into f2 and maybe attack the dark squares that way. If he plays h5, I'm just going to take it. Now that he doesn't play it, maybe I should just play h5. I'm going to bring the other rook over. Hit the f-pawn. Just say no to counterplay. Like, just say no to drugs, kids. Just say no to counterplay. I'd still love to do something dirty, rotten, filthy, dirty, rotten over there, but I can't, and now the e6 pawn is hanging. That was actually a potentially strong move, huh? If he takes it, I still get lots of counterplay, but I'm going to go for this. I have a tactic. If takes, rook takes, knight takes, I have queen to c8. And the knight is actually pinned to the queen. Takes, takes. I don't know what he was thinking about. I feel like he pretty much had to go for that. I think he can play king to g1, and it's just a piece sack for me, right? I'm not winning or anything. Oh, I guess I had queen takes c3 there, hitting the rook and the knight. That was going to be really tough for him. Potentially more tough for him than I realized, this whole idea I went for. Yeah, and if he can't take on e6, then I think I'm really pretty happy. So that kind of worked out, maybe, huh? Should I go there and threaten to take on c3? Aha! He mates me if I take on c3. Very nice. Oh, what am I doing? Rook takes h4 was just winning a piece on the spot. Takes. Okay, I missed my win on the spot, everybody. Oh, and then I just missed another one. Taking, knight takes, rook takes f1. Ugh. All right. Misplayed. It was. Misplayed this position was, but still probably winning for me. What am I doing? I don't know what I'm doing. All right. Well, I pulled away on time, so that helped. But that was very sloppy technique by me. After defending his attacking chances on the king side, I mean, okay. Did not convert on that endgame well. But okay, move on. Worst thing you can do is judge yourself for something in the past if it's not going to help you to make better decisions in the future, which often is something chess players do, to be totally honest. I'm going to go double those pawns. Maybe let him have 2 sets of double pawns. Well, now we're very happy. Positionally, this is a nightmare for black. Double pawns on both sides of the board. Easily targetable, if that's a word. Easily targeted. So we just don't want to let him undouble those pawns. How am I going to increase my... I want to increase my bind on the position. Maybe he'll play f4 and give me knight e4. No. Moving my king, because he could have played f6 on double the pawns, but if he does, he risks opening the e file. I'm going to bring the knight into d5. I was a little bit hesitant to do it at first. I don't know why, but now it seems like the right thing to do. Whoa, you see that? That's weird. I'm going to refresh. It wasn't letting me move. That was weird. Keep those pawns doubled. If I can, anyway. Not anymore, I guess. I guess I can't anymore. Sort of misplayed by me. I wanted to move my knight from a4, but c5 is hanging. Let's get our king in front of this pawn. Okay, well now we can... We gotta go for this. You can do that. Doesn't seem like you can get away with this. Oh, wow. That's a very nice idea by him, which I totally missed. Darn it. If I move the knight, h3, c6, h2, c7. I don't think I can hold. I think I'm lost. Are there any tricks left? If I had played a little faster, I might have had a chance here, huh? This is crazy. That's frustrating. There goes some of my rating points back. If I had played faster there, I spent a whole lot of time on that, right? But still, that was an interesting one. I guess I'm going to go for this again. Kind of similar to the structure from Carlsen Karyakin, right? Bilbao, Chessmaster, final, round 3. Okay, he wants the hanging pawn structure instead. Go for this. The goal for black in this kind of structure, if you could give me 3 moves, would be to defend e7 and then play knight a5, knight c4. Completely bind the squares around the hanging pawns and isolated pawns. That's your goal in the middle game here, and this is working out very well because he couldn't play c4 for fear that I would take f3 and then win the d4 pawn. But now positionally he's gonna kind of suffer the consequences, right, of me binding down all these squares. Now, do I go there and trade? It would be a little better. Play rook c8, c4. I think I just go in and go ahead and allow the big old trade on c4 if that's what he wants. Because, you know, is it my favorite thing to have the queen there instead of the minor pieces? Obviously, no. But it's still definitely a better middle game for black with him having these weak c3 and d4 pawn, which again is hanging pawns. Hanging pawns is 2 isolated pawns, in case you're wondering. So I'm pre-moving the capture in case he goes for it. If not, I'm going to play rook c8 and build up on it. Okay, so so there may be some tactics here. Be a little careful. So first, let's play h6. So knight f6 check can be met with that. But now I can also take and then play king g7, queen f3. But what's the point? Don't do it. Let him take if he wants it. If he plays queen f3 first, I can consider going into the major piece ending. Just play bishop at d5. Trade the bishop for the knight. You know, I would not have to worry anymore about dark squares or his attack on my king side. But the major pieces, you know, maybe only offer minimal winning chances for me versus big winning chances, right? Interesting. What if I play queen f4 here? Takes, takes. He can't move the rook. Okay, wait, he's going to play rook f3. So let's... Man, how I would love to sacrifice the exchange here. But there's really no reason to do it, honestly. h5 and h4 threatens queen to g5. Hitting g2. He's going to come to e5, huh? Okay, fine. Fine, fine, fine. Still no threat. Still no threat over rook f3. Wow. You can't do this. There's no way you can get away with this. Wow. Amazing. How did this happen? I don't even know. Somehow it did. Man. It's just incredible. I just totally blew that game. Unbelievable. Wow. I cannot afford that. That was just... I took on d4, rook d1. I should have played queen to b6. I didn't see queen to b2 coming. Queen to b6 would have stopped queen to b2. Darn it. All right, well, he's survived via the swindle, which you got to give him full credit for. Okay, so now we have this jargon, these shenanigans. Full steam ahead here. Hopefully I can convert on this one. This is just... This has just got to be some real problems for black. I guess we'll just play the solid move, since he can't really... Crazy town, but I'm going for it. If I take, and he moves with a check, so I guess what's the point? Let's go here. This is a fun dragon game. At least for me, so far. Oh, did I just miss that? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Again. Although I can't just go pick up the piece. Wow, this is just insane. Should I play knight there and go attack the rook? I feel like I should. And then depending on where he puts the rook, I can play. Can move this bishop. Here. Is he getting the knight out? He might be. But it allows us to keep the attack going. Wow. But I had this move planned. Guarding a4 and hitting the knight. Amazing game. Gotta see who's texting me. All right. Let's keep going. Keep going. I still feel like a couple games got away from me. And whether that's a real opinion or just my own personal bias or not, it's going to justify me continuing to play for a little bit. Wow. Let's go for this. Threat here is knight takes e4, knight takes e4, queen takes b5 maybe? Bishop takes e7, rook e8. Now I can also take and then play knight takes e4. No, I can't. But I can take. Or can I play queen a1 check? Wow, this just seems nutty, right? Feels like there's no way this should work for him. If I just play check, he moves, and then I just, like, take on b2 even? Or what about the move bishop g4 here? Threatening all of that, huh? If check, and then he moves, and I take on b2, he's not threatening any kind of immediate win. So that seems like really dangerous for him. Also, if king e2, bishop g4, check, f3, I'm wondering if there's some kind of tactics there, but it looks like it's just kind of a mess right now. The computer could calculate whether there was anything there, but I can't. But I'm not unhappy with the path I chose. Yeah, let's go pin or take on e4. No, take on e4. He gets that check. Okay, but he's not trapping our queen or anything. So let's go pin. Let him play rook b1 if that's what he wants. Fine. Let him get all of this if that's what he wants. Because he's played on both sides of the board here. It's kind of dangerous for him, right? He went all in for this attack, and now it's failed. And knight h5, knight f4 is an idea. Or possibly knight to c7. Knight c7 puts a tough question to the bishop, huh? But I feel like if it moves, I don't like my knight on c7. I would rather my knight be somewhere else. That seemed like a weird idea for him, to be totally honest. If e4, knight takes, I don't have anything, huh? So I should just come back. Concede the day, but hold on to my pawn. I liked my queen on a5, but where was it going? Ooh, that's what he wants. He wants to take on c5 with the queen. But if he does, e4, seems pretty dangerous for him, right? He gets b6, but then I get f3. And if b6 takes, I take again, takes, move the knight with discovered check. Ooh, he goes there, all right. Interesting. This is nuts, and I don't think I played it well. Come on. Walk yourself into a mate, big boy. I just don't have the time. Oh, that was painful. That was painful. Because that was a good one. but he is holding strong. This is a tough match. Run out of tea. Chewing on some ice. Let's prepare to kick that knight of f5 at some point. Nope, not happening. Oh, Danny, come on, bro. Just completely get winning positions and then blunder. God, this position is so winning that I'm probably still better. Seriously. Go for the pass pawn. It's amazing that I can just absolutely outright blunder like that and maybe still be winning. Tricked him. Saw that coming. Okay, but he's got his own pass pawns, so somehow I go for the material and now it's dangerous for me, apparently. I think I need to go stop him. Is that a rook? I think he forgot his rook was hanging. Yeah, he just LOL'd in the chat. If he's going to start saying that he blew a totally busted position, that I was totally busted, that's gutsy, given how many lost positions he's had. But now I'm motivated. Trash talker. I like that. I'm a little worse here, but there's dynamic chances, I guess. Get F5. Ooh, he gives it to me. I'll take it. Am I better with the rooks on the board or off the board? I think I'm going to take them off. I don't see exactly how he attacks my pieces. And then what? Is he going to sack? Let's see. Draw. Draw. Whoa, he doesn't want to draw. He wants to sack. All right. There we go. That answers that question. Wow, it might have been the right decision for him, huh? Definitely have a tough time finding moves here. I gotta come back with the king. Whoa. I don't think this is the right idea for him. Whoa. This is nutty. Can't do this, right? Go get those pawns. Wow, he worked really hard to lose that game. He worked hard. Thank you. All right, here we go. Let's keep the roll going. This is weird. And I don't even know what's going on, really. That's the honest truth. Looks pretty good for him now, huh? I'd love to just sack the exchange there. But I'm not really worried about the check. That's interesting. Trying to get him to fix my pawns, you know. Let's go for it. Wild thing. Where the wild things are, that's where this position's going. And probably just bad for me, huh? Wow. Looks like it. Okay, well, Castle's Long was a little too ambitious. A little too ambitious for this guy. I should definitely be losing on the spot momentarily. What was I thinking? Unnecessary to do that. His attack is definitely better than mine. At least he's taking time. If I play queen there and I can force the queens off the board, that might save me from immediate doom. Not overall doom, just immediate doom. Oh my gosh. He's threatening bishop e4 check. I just played that way too fast. Wow. About to get crushed, I am. Sacrifice the exchange. Probably it's what I need to do. I think so. I don't think I really have a realistic choice here in the matter. Yep, expected. I don't really understand the point of that move. Oh, why, Danny? Oh my gosh. Yes, saved that game. Could have been worse. Could have been a lot worse, everybody. It's shown that whoever's played faster in this match has had a much better chance of winning. That's the truth. So I'm going to push myself to pick up the speed. I feel like even if I'm in bad positions, I'm still holding relatively. So I want to give myself an advantage on the clock. Oh, very nice. I see. But isn't that also giving me some play? Maybe. It was a nice tactic by him. That's the truth. Letting me take on B2, I guess. He's baiting me into taking on B2. I guess I'll take the bait. So now, how do we want to get counterplay? Play a simple move first, because I'm not exactly sure what he's doing. I messed that up. I'm happy with that transition. I don't think that was accurate by him at all. I think he was potentially winning there. I'll take it. Pawn is a pawn. Not exactly sure what he's doing next. That's his whole idea, huh? I'll go in. Not quite sure what to do here now. If I play rook over there, just push e5. Mouse slip. We will take it and move on. Pretty nice pawn on e7, right? You gotta admit. We're pushing almost an hour here. Might have to call it with a victory in the battle, but having not won the war of getting to 2,500. Too bad. Lost some games I would like to have had back. See if I can win this one and go out on top. Really? I'm happily going to run away as fast as I can. That pawn on e7 is a monster. A pure monster. He let me get my rook to e1. I love it. Prevent him from getting any kind of silly checks. Easy now, because now I got it guarded with my rook, right? So it would seem difficult for him. Could just trade, but why do it? Is rook a4 a move? It seems to overload the queen. If he takes it, that's mate. And if he moves off, it's mate. And if he guards the diagonal, the rook hangs. I think that's a lights out move right there. Overloading the queen's responsibilities and liking it at the same time, right? All right, well, I'm going to have to decline at the 4-game lead, given that it's been about an hour. Time to move on. And hopefully you enjoyed the video. Talk to you later, everybody.